people of the southern Cameroons, my dear brave warriors of our liberation movement, dear people of Amazonia, accept liberation greetings from me, Comrade John Akuro. This day, today is the 21st day of December 2024. So we are just 10 days away from the end of the year. 10 days because this month is 31 days. So I bring you liberation greetings, and I want to extend very, very, very hearty salutes to all our people all over the territory of Amazonia, from Ekondotiti, where the road is so bad, leading to Kumba, to Biya, to Victoria, to our people in Lewa, to our people in Ashong, to our people in Furawa, to our people in Akwaya, in fact, to our people in Bamenda, everywhere in Amazonia. I want to extend hearty salutes to each and every one of you, and I like already to say Merry Christmas in advance. Of course, we are getting there really gradually. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate, and I will keep doing so until the end of the year, all our people on Ground Zero for the wonderful job that you have all done this 2024, showing strength, remaining very resilient, demonstrating astute determination, and always reminding the colonial administration of La République du Cameroun and Yaoundé and the rest of the world that the people of Amazonia want freedom, that the people of Amazonia want to get La République du Cameroun out of our land, and that we will stop at nothing until we get there. They have been counting the years, they have been counting the days, they have used all kinds of tactics, hoping that by this time, that at some point, we will be, tired, we will be overwhelmed, and then we will throw in the towel. That has not come to pass. It will never come to pass. Because as I can see, my people, we have all made clear that this boss will only stop at that stop known as freedom. Will only stop at that stop known as absolute independence. And so, my people, I am one with each and every one of us. I particularly want to hail the people of Bamenda. I'm telling you, I'm just short of words. That even in December, the month of feasts, the people of Amazonia, particularly those in the city of Bamenda, have decided that to contrariate calls, to make nonsense, stupidity, of course, from some La République du Cameroun-backed activists and, members of the CPTM crime syndicate, that ghost towns should be cut off so that people can celebrate, so they can go around and claim that normalcy has returned. The people decided to add another layer to it, and to imagine that there is no one doing anything like enforcement. The people are today, this Saturday, observing a very biting ghost towns, when in effect you expect that they'll be clamoring, we want to celebrate. And it has been so for the past 2 weeks. This is the third week running, I think even 3 weeks. The people want to keep sending a message to the world that there is nothing to celebrate as long as we remain in slavery and servitude. My dear people of Amazonia, I don't know how to say it, but you are too much. You are brave. By your resiliency, you continue to demonstrate to La République du Cameroun that we as a people, we know exactly what we want. By your resiliency, you continue to demonstrate to all of those backsliders, to all of those sellouts, those people who have moved to the other side in the hope that we're going to confuse you, that we're going to confuse us, right to the point where we start seeing that we have no hope. By this act, by day and by night, you are making clear to the world that Amazonia must come to pass, whether anyone likes it or not. I couldn't be more proud to hail from the once independent state of Southern Cameroons. I couldn't be more proud to hail from the former UN Trust Territory of Southern Cameroons. They used to call it British Southern Cameroons. I couldn't be more proud to hail from Amazonia. My people, this determination, this level of resiliency cannot go unrewarded. I want to constantly use this opportunity to urge our folks in the diaspora to see for ourselves what is happening on ground zero. The level of pain, torture, and suffering that our people are undergoing. Yet, they remain unmoved. Yet, they remain focused on the big prize, which is freedom. We need to show them love. And we can only show them this love by also becoming very committed to this liberation movement, especially come 2025. 2025 is going to be a very decisive year in this liberation movement because it's going to be an extremely decisive year in La République du Cameroun that has put us where we are today. And so, therefore, we must gird our loins and tell ourselves, if you were on the margins, if you had been on the margins, the time to come back to the fold, and very fast, is now. My people of Amazonia, today as I come here, on this 21st day of December, I have some people in our communities who have worked so hard, tirelessly, from January 2024 to this December, going from one community to the other to continue to sensitize our people to keep the flare of our liberation movement alive. Who have gone here and there to sensitize our self-defense volunteers and seek to build good working relations between them and the local population, to rebuild that synergy that was there from day one, but that was almost shaky. These people, they don't carry guns. No, they are civil society activists who have given their lives and their all to make sure that we will continue to work to canalize this liberation movement until we get to where we are headed. This is end of year. It is also time for us to show them love. You don't know them. A lot of you will not know them. Because if they are known, they will be as good as dead. But they need us to show them some love. If you are watching me today and you're still watching me this far, it is because you are committed to this liberation movement. I'm looking for means to also make their Christmas, to also make their end of year interesting. They will be celebrating indoors, but they need to have what to eat and relax with their families. So they say our people know our commitment and they know what we are doing. That's why I display to you that I say, finance this trouble. Hurry up, my dear brother, my sister. You are in Europe, pick up your phone, go to that PayPal. Go to amberrelief2018@gmail.com and make a contribution. You are in the United States, go to Zelle. amberrelief2018@gmail.com, make a contribution. I want to thank those of you who have reached out and made some contributions with the determination. Use this to carry out those very important projects that are being carried out, that we really don't have to talk about. I'm delighted. I'm very elated. I'm moved because it tells me there are still a lot of people in this movement who understand the need for us to stay strong. I want to do with you all my heart. My dear people of Amazonia, 2025, I said, will be a different one. That is why we have to operate in this fashion. You take a look at this. Say, nowadays, people don't defend what is right. They defend who they like and benefit from. They don't defend what is right. They defend who they want and benefit from. Knowledge of this should educate us to the effect that if we want to base our support to this liberation movement by looking at the attitudes of some in this liberation movement, we will fall by the way. In today's world, there are a lot of people who no longer care about what is right. What is right is what benefits them. If it doesn't benefit them, it is not right. Fortunately enough, in the southern Cameroon, these people are few. Because the majority of us are still so committed to the collective good. A majority of us are still so committed to ensuring that we hand our people a free homeland. A majority of us are still so committed to making sure we continually make the cost of occupation unbearable for La République du Cameroun. I said here before that they are choking. I said it again yesterday that they are choking. And I want to repeat it today. They will choke even more. Look, and I want us to get into the domain of laughter. Because don't worry. Though we're at war, though we're in pains, but sometimes we need to laugh, right? That is why I'll make us take a little trip to our neighbors, our noisy neighbors, La République du Cameroun, and see how they are grappling with the pain that we are unleashing on them. You see, one diaper-wearing old man, a nonagynarian, since when they came and took him down from an aircraft on this and put there and made 2 minutes of drama to tell the world that he's still alive and strong and everything, nobody had ever seen him nor ever heard from him. But because the cost of occupation is asphyxiating La République du Cameroun, it got to a place where that nonagynarian had to leave from his hiding place and show up to attend an emergency meeting of CEMAC. Because why? They are talking devaluation. Why are they talking devaluation? Listen, because the Central African sub-region, championed by La République du Cameroun, is in dire stress of foreign currency reserve. They don't have the money. I said here the last time I was here that France, that always come to their rescue and provided the means to make sure they maintain them in the southern Cameroons in the pious hope that we will get tired and give up, now has myriad problems of its own. I'm repeating this in the interest of those who did not hear the last time. France is in serious trouble. France itself now is facing mighty budgetary deficits to the point they are no longer able to, just like that, continue doling out those resources to La République du Cameroun. They are now telling La République du Cameroun, you have to tax your people to death point to keep financing this war. France no longer has access to free uranium, literally free uranium from Niger. France no longer has access to literally free gold that they were stealing from Mali. France no longer has access to gold too, and mineral resources that they were using jihadists and all of those to steal from Burkina Faso. France is facing serious challenges in the Central African Republic where they were hidden and stealing minerals and calling that country the poorest in the world. The Russians have smoked them out. France is facing serious vicissitudes in Senegal, where they are now also being chased out and their military base closed. France is facing vicissitudes in Chad. So France is in trouble everywhere. La République du Cameroun, you are getting to be on your own. You are getting to be on your own, and it's not easy. That is why you see this diaper-wearing old man found himself like this. I trust that you have seen the call for contributions. I'm going to step this down briefly so you can see the full breadth of this diaper-wearing nonagynarian who wouldn't take a rest. Because the people of Amazonia have determined he will know no rest. Look, folks, La République du Cameroun and its spouse of the Central African Republic have maximum 2 months. 2 months to do something, or they are going to face a vexing form of devaluation because their foreign currency reserves are totally depleted in France. Totally depleted. If they have anything that can sustain them, I was told in Yaoundé, it will not go beyond February. And that is a major concern. La République du Cameroun may soon find itself unable to pay salaries. I've been saying that they will get there. People thought it was a joke. Gradually, we are getting there. So look at this old man. He managed and came and sat there and farted a number of times while he was there. Even stood up to do something, and I was told he almost crashed upon going to sit down. See, he has to be supported this way. He has to be disgraced this way because he needed to come out there to sound that alarm to see if there could be concerted efforts to try and rescue the economies of Central African Republic, by implication that of La République du Cameroun, that is finished. I mean, finished as in finished. Oh, yes. During that session, oh my goodness, it became very clear before everyone that that country is not a country that can contain a dynamic set of people like Southern Cameroonians, like Amazonians, because it is run by sleeping people, a republic of sleepers. Look at them there. Just look at them. Deep asleep. At a time, Paul Biya is telling them and the rest of the Central African Republic that l'heure est grave, that things are rough, that they may soon not be able to get money to do the things that they are doing for themselves. It is rough, very rough. They are sleeping because they are all tired. When you have a country run by this kind of people, of sleepers, how do you expect something good out of it? And how do they expect that the valiant, vibrant people of Amazonia, who want to transform their land into a place, into an El Dorado, into a place to be, into a land of milk and honey, who want to have anything to do with this kind of place? In case you didn't see well, this is the Republic of Sleepers. Look at them now, you can see them closely. Very deep asleep. That way I see Bella Lejeune, who says Minister of External Relations, deep asleep. Atangana Ponji, who has wreaked havoc everywhere and is engaged in a serious war with an income. Very deep asleep. This one that you see there, that's the Minister of Finance, Lupo Motaze. That's the one that should even be most alert, deep asleep. And then the Minister of Communication, spokesman Rene Emmanuel Sadi, he managed, I think at this point when they were taking this picture, he had just opened his eyes. And by his side, oh my goodness, their great Minister of Public Works, deep asleep. Because he's deep asleep, that's why all the roads are deep asleep too. But while they are locked up into all this, Chantal Biya is gradually taking over the country. My people, I tell you 2025 will be an interesting year. This is not foreign news. No, it is local news. Not foreign news, it is local news. Because you see, those taxes, when they impose those taxes and are trying to asphyxiate people, they take it to our land. My people of Amazonia, listen. Don't pay a dime of that money. Don't pay a dime. Unless you are caught up in that area where you really absolutely will need 1 or 2 services from them before you say, okay. But otherwise, you're seated in your village, community quietly, in your towns and cities, and you have plans of going nowhere, not doing anything. Don't pay a dime. They don't have enforcement mechanism on our land. Because, of course, our people will wait to see which tax inspector or tax controller or tax whatever will pass anywhere in our communities, they will eat the dust with their tongues. I have said this before, and I'm repeating it, and they are facing it. When you see the level of insecurity in Yaoundé right now, where kidnapping for ransom now is already the order of the day in Yaoundé, you understand the level to which poverty is grinding the people. Douala had long gone that way. Long. Yaoundé has joined. My people of Ambazonia, this is a direct consequence of their ill-advised occupation of Ambazonia, of their ill-advised genocidal war decreed by Mr. Paul Biya in the southern Cameroons. They haven't seen anything just yet. It's not going to be easy. Because while they are facing that financial meltdown, they have yet another challenge of their own. Because they have to pilfer the coffers to do things left and right to try to see how to maintain Paul Biya in power so Chantal can continue to rule. That's why they would spray money all over the place to take vain and stupid awards like the one Paul Biya got from CAF. Now, while they are doing all of that, like I said, Chantal Biya is positioning herself. We saw her sitting among the heads of state of Sema until one friend in the United States of America whom we're looking at just asked me, this lady, oh, does Central Africa sub-region have a lady president? This lady, which country is she representing? And I burst into a huge laughter. And I said, no, that is the vice president of Cameroon, or co-president, or no, de facto president of Cameroon. Because the nonagenarian, diaper-wearing fellow you find there is out of his senses. And if she's not there, anything can happen to him. But Chantal has got to that point where the power has really gotten into her head to the point where she wants to assert it. And that is beginning to anger some in that country. This document you see is in circulation. It was issued on the 18th of December, 2024, supposedly by Dr. Habisu Bidum, the wife of the Cameroon Minister of Culture, Pierre Ismael Bidum Pat. He hates to be called Mini Pam Pam. Bidum Pat so much hates to be called that. So this letter saying it's written supposedly by Habisu Bidum to the senior divisional officer of the Nyong and So division in the Central region of La République du Cameroun. And this letter says Célébration de l'Arbre de Noël à l'école publique. That is celebration of the Christmas tree or something of like that. And in a school called a Champion FCB. FCB means Fondation Chantal Biya. That's one of the schools that foundation is supposed to have constructed in Memiam, in that locality. But what's interesting in the letter are the words, the terms. J'ai l'honneur de vous faire connaître que conformément aux hautes instructions de son Excellence Madame Chantal Biya. Wow! Did you hear that? Haute instruction. High, very high level instructions from Her Excellency Madame Chantal Biya. Did you hear that? Her Excellency Madame Chantal Biya. Haute instruction. Right up to this point, we were used to haute instruction coming from one source, from Mr. Paul Biya, and channel through Ferdinand Gongo. Now, we have another source of haute instruction. If anybody were in doubt that there is wahala in that country, now it is clear before all, to all and sundry. Very clear. Let's read on again. Président fondatrice, première dame du Cameroun. Président fondatrice de la fondation éponyme des activités de la célébration de l'arbre de Noël, on the 24th, aura effectivement lieu dans l'enceinte de l'école publique de Ménem, vendredi 20 décembre. Of course, it happened yesterday. So, je vous saurai gré des dispositions. But look at that. I'm not interested in the rest of the information. What I just wanted us to see was Chantal Biya asserting herself as the de facto president of La République du Cameroun. What significance does this have? What does this tell us? This should tell us, the people of Ambazonia, that that time we have been waiting for is close. That's why you hear me say Chantal Biya has floored the competition in round one again. She is giving them a run for their energy. You see all the pressure, all the need. Paul Biya has to be candidate in 2025. CAF should give Paul Biya an award. If you saw the way the man sat during that Semak thing, so well shaped until he looked like a boy of, 25 or 27. But the time of getting up, you and I saw what we saw. Huh? You and I saw this. At the time of getting up, the boy of 25 or 26 disappeared. And the Nigerian whom he really is stood up. My people of Ambazonia, I'm saying that chaos because what I've gathered from the circles of power in Yaoundé is that what they saw during the Semak summit and the release of this particular letter has really informed some people that the situation is already out of hands. And something may have to be done. What is that something? I said we will laugh. Because we will laugh our laugh, and we will dance our dance. We will have the final word. Because right now, as I speak to you, you see what is happening to Ali's income in Douala. People think it is just a tang apology, having an exchange or having some disagreement with some lawyer, just some stupid joke in bad taste. No! It is the fight for power that is ongoing. It is what we all know that is already ongoing. As you hear, this is not a laughing matter. We hear Tanganji say, oh, they're passing a lot of money inside there, money whose source is doubtful, money, there's money laundering, they don't know where this money is coming from, and they have to be careful to fight terrorism, calling 16 billion, and then some gesticulator came up from nowhere and went and said he was suing Aline Com in Yaoundé with the military tribunal on grounds that she was sponsoring the genocidal, or that she was sponsoring the Southern Cameroon self-defense volunteers to fight against the Republic du Cameroon. Arrant nonsense. What I'm saying here is that fight that you see is not different from what you are seeing from this Chantal Biya's letter. It is a fight that is reaching levels unimaginable. I was told that the number of sites where it is clear there are arms stocked in Yaoundé and Douala, and in some cases, the government knows, but they cannot dare approach those places because they know that what is required now is a little spark, just a little spark, because La République du Cameroun is a powder magazine right now. They know anything can happen. The only question is the when. So when you see this, it's not a laughing matter. And worse, the government is on its knees so bad. Recall the last time I talked to you here about the tax on hotel institutions. I reiterated that that tax will be paid by everybody. You want to go and have just fun, you will pay that tax. You are going to lodge in a hotel for a night, and that tax is paid per night. This is the only place in the world that I've seen where they cost you to pay daily tax to the government. Normally, the government will give some percentage that we are instituting VAT on, your lodging or use of hotels and all whatnot, and you will pay this percentage of the cost of a night. So if you get to a hotel where the night is 5,000 and that hotel happens to be what they are calling there, whether 2 stars, you have to be paying an extra 1,000, it becomes 6,000. If the night is 5,000 and that hotel is classified as 2 stars, because they will redo the classification of hotels in order to get as much money as they can get from these taxes. I was told that a lot of those that hitherto were not classified are going to be classified as 1 star. Those that were looked as that they were just classified like, okay, this could be 1 star, are going to be upgraded to 2 stars. Those that were said 2 stars are going to be easily upgraded to 3 stars without following any criteria. And of course, they cannot move up to 5 stars because they cannot easily take those to 5 stars. They will end at 4, just to make sure they scoop as much money as possible from the people. So you spend one night, if it's in a 5 star hotel, 5,000 per night. One night is in a 4 star hotel, 4,000 CFA per night. So you spend 10 nights, you pay 40,000 as taxes. In a 3 star hotel, 3,000 per night. Look, my people, I said it and I've reiterated a lot of times. My worry here right now is that they are also going to be squeezing our people in Amazonia to pay this unfortunate tax. Yeah, they're going to be squeezing our people because their colonial administration is still present on our land and has the possibility to using some moribund structures they call Direction de Surveillance du Territoire to force themselves and representation in the various hotels or entertainment sites to collect this money. That is why it is not foreign news. That's why it is local news. That is why it is important for those of you still thinking this is fun to join the fold, to come on board, because we need to kick La République du Cameroun out of our land. We need to. We need to kick La République du Cameroun out of our land. Enough is enough. Is that not so, Mbela Moki Charles?
Someone's knee is on the neck of Southwesterners. And this is the moment we should get out of what it is. We are being cowed to keep quiet and not to tell the truth.
Yeah, that's the problem. Those of you who have been cowed to keep quiet and not to tell the truth should get up from slumber. Because 2025 will not be an ordinary year. It will not be an ordinary year. And I hear Ashunyenti still screaming that despite all of this, Paul Biya is what?
President Paul Biya is a blessing to this country. Cameroonians, we are lucky. We are made because we have Paul Biya, the helm of the state CAF. This president is our greatest marksman. He is our principal goal scorer. He has always taken us out of very difficult situations.
Oh yes, we can see the goals. The fighting all over the world, those are the goals. Ashunyenti. I wonder if we are still looking at the same person. But by the way, that is not my worry here. We'll take a short break there where we come. We'll make a quick trip out of Amazonia, out of La République du Cameroun, so that we should see what is happening elsewhere and understand why we need to take our destiny into our own hands. Quick break. Oh yes, Father, that is the way. Now so, Father, now so. That is our culture. Very proud to be from Amazonia. Very, very proud to be from the southern Cameroons. In fact, in my next life, I will be again from Amazonia. Trust me on that. No matter the challenges we are facing now, we will overcome them and overcome them in grand style. And we will transform our land into a land of milk and honey. that will come to pass. My people of Amazonia, a few days ago, the people of Gabon decided to offer themselves a new constitution. Listen. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing your text message. Someone is asking me, Mr. Kuro, please, can you repeat the uh, the channel of contribution? Okay, thank you so much. I'm delighted. Thank you so much. I'm delighted that you want to assist. I mean, those are brave warriors on the ground. Again, if you are out of the United States of America, you can use PayPal. And as you can see on my screen, on the scroll, Ambazonia, it's Amber Relief 2018 at gmail.com. Amber Relief 2018 at gmail.com. Amber Relief is AMBARELIEF 2018 at gmail.com. At the end of this live show, I'm going to, pin this as the first comment on the comment section for those of you who cannot, get it as I'm saying now for your contributions. If you are in the United States of America, of course, you can use Zelle, and it is still Amber Relief 2018 at gmail.com. And already, thank you very much in advance for your compassion and for your desire to assist our people, to make them feel that we are one. That said, I'm going back to Gabon, where I was saying a few days ago, the people of Gabon decided to offer themselves a new constitution. And while everybody was already making a noise and saying General Oligui Nguema, who led the coup, would definitely do like Muhammad Debi Idris did in Chad, become a civilian and stand for elections, he announced that he will not be standing for elections in Gabon in 2025. And of course, 91.64% of the people of Gabon approved that new constitution. And according to that constitution, the main highlight, what interests me there is it introduces term limits in a country where, someone had been there in power for 41 long years as president. And so, as per this new constitution, there is a term limit. You can only serve 2 terms, two in Gabon henceforth. And that is not all. The most amazing thing is General Oligui Nguema makes clear he will not be a candidate at the elections that he is going to organize, in 2025. He will not be a candidate. He will ensure that there will be a free, fair, and transparent election. So power should go back to the civilians. But that constitution makes another provision. It says that anyone who tries to modify, to revise that constitution, especially to touch the provision on the limit on terms, to touch the provision on term limits, it will immediately give the military, it is in the constitution, power to take over power back from the civilians. This is amazing. It is making it automatic. So that across the world, they will not say, oh, it's a coup, it's unconstitutional, it's this and that. Of course, because that is what happens. Whenever they do that trash, they know that if the military depose me, they'll start screaming around the world, oh no, it was a coup, and because it's a coup, you have to. That constitution has made it clear. So that the rest of the world is edified to that fact that if anyone in Gabon in the future tries to modify or revise the country's constitution with the view to remove the term limit, like it happened in La République du Cameroun, so that a nonagenian diaper-wearing a hoodlum with a gang of sleepers will not change things and hang on to power for life, and then in the event hand power over to his wife. Let me tell you folks, these are the kind of things that tell you that when you have the power to decide for yourselves, you can take decisions that aim to ensure the prosperity of your country. We need to kick La République du Cameroun out of our land so that we are able to make the Southern Cameroons a democracy, return the Southern Cameroons to the democracy we were. Because the Southern Cameroon was the first ever thriving democracy in Africa south of the Sahara. Before, in the 50s, we had a functional democracy before we found ourselves in this albatross of a union with La République du Cameroun that has brought us to where we are. This is Oligui Nguema. That's a real soldier. A real soldier. Not those drunkards loitering on the streets in La République du Cameroun who cannot even rise to the occasion to rescue their country from despoliation. In a free and independent Southern Cameroons, we will make our land the pearl, the pride of Africa. I did not intend to make this show long because I had these little stops. I just wanted to take this opportunity to draw the attention of our people to the fact that 2025 in La République du Cameroun is going to be a very decisive year. And for our liberation movement, 2025 will be a turning point. That is why we must all get ready. That is why those of you who had stepped back, make sure to hurry back to the fold. Those of you who had backslided, you still have time to repent. Because, to be honest, you will not know. You will not recognize La République du Cameroun as it is by the time 2025 ends. And you know what? At that time, Ambazonia, Southern Cameroons will not be part of it. Join the winning train while there is still time. Repent while you can still make sense to the people. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this show. It's always my pleasure being here, and I'll be back here for us to talk about even more important developments on the international scene. I put them together and I was trying to make some last verifications. I had to come back here with Professor Carlson Anyangwe, and I apologize. We were still unable to resolve some of the issues that made our last communication challenging, and so we are working on that. As soon as that is done, I'll be bringing Professor Carlson Anyangwe once more to this platform for us to continue where we ended in that very important conversation. And of course, before I go, please don't forget our prisoners of war, wherever they are. Whether they be those who are in the dungeons of La République du Cameroun, in Kondengui, those who are in the various dungeons across the southern Cameroon, or in other parts of La République du Cameroun, those who are also in the dungeons in the United States of America, they have families. Please, let's think of all of these people. And of course, don't also forget Comrade Chuayaba, who is the lone prisoner of war that we have in Norway. And so therefore, my people of Ambazonia, let's show them love. Let's show them solidarity. Reach out, give them calls. Don't forget our refugees, a good lot of them who are in ground 1 and in ground 2. Please help by any means you can. Let them continue to know that we are together and we are on board the very same train. And at the same time, we have people who are internally displaced, who are living in very precarious conditions. Please, by all means, let's continue to reach out to them. I want to thank all of you for taking time off to be part of this conversation, and I will be back here perhaps even tomorrow. Sure, tomorrow I will be back here so that we have another very interesting conversation. Until then, I wish everyone already in advance Merry Christmas. And for my people in Bamenda who are observing a ghost dance today, I really want again to congratulate you. Thank you so much for your sacrifices to the nation. History will take good note of this. Ciao.